Hello, staff of the Millard Public Schools District. My name is Courtney Harris, and for the professional development today, I will be presenting on cyberbullying. To start us off, I wanted to look at some statistics for you to see how big of a problem this is. So 7 in 10 young people experience cyberbullying before they hit the age of 18. Bullies often target victims with disabilities and mental illnesses. The percentage of schools with principals reporting occasional cyberbullying increased from 45% in 2010 to 54% in 2016. From these statistics, we can see that most of our students will be experiencing cyberbullying before they graduate. Bullies are often targeting those vulnerable victims as well. And cyberbullying is on the rise. The contents of this presentation includes an overview, the impacts of cyberbullying, how we're going to help students, cyberbullying legislation, and then our own district's policy. To start with our overview, cyberbullying is bullying that takes place using electronic technology. The cyberbully can use a cell phone, computer, or tablet to harass a victim. It can also occur on social media websites, through text messages, through chats, through games, and then any other websites where they are able to communicate. There are 10 forms of cyberbullying. The first one is exclusion, which is deliberately excluding someone from an online activity. Cyberstalking attacks and harasses the victims online. A fake profile is created to hide the identity of the cyberbullying with the intent to cyberbully. Harassment is the intentional bullying of threatening messages. Fraping is logging onto someone's account and posting content. Trickery is attackers gain the trust of the victim to collect private information, and then they go and share that information. Outing is public humiliation of posting embarrassing content without consent. Dissing is sending or posting cruel information about the victim. Trolling is intentionally provoking a response from the victim by posting insulting comments. And then lastly, catfishing is stealing online identities for deceptive purposes. Studies suggest that bullies tend to be more aggressive online than they are in the real world because they don't really face any consequences for their actions. So, with this, the impacts of cyberbullying are severe. They've been proving severe and can cause emotional scarring. It can cause depression. It can cause the victim to miss school. It can cause the victim to give up or commit suicide. More teen suicides are now contributed in some way or another to cyberbullying than ever before. The victim can also have poor health. The victim can become the bully themselves. And then it can also lead to the victim having poor school performance. Some additional impacts of cyberbullying include drug and alcohol abuse, eating disorders, self-harm behaviors, and social anxiety. When it comes to helping students, we as a school need to understand that bullies don't just attack on the school grounds, but they are attacking anywhere that victim takes their technology. Students are going to be completing a digital citizenship modules and will be told the following tips to kind of help stop cyberbullying. 1, we're going to tell them to report it to the school. In the next slide, I will show you the form we have to help keep that system easy for them. We're also going to encourage them to collect evidence. We're going to tell them to report to the site, game, or app that they are using or that they are being cyberbullied on. We're also going to tell them to talk to a trusted adult. Another tip is to demonstrate care, not only for themselves, but for people who might be a victim of cyberbullying. We're going to encourage them to work together with their friends. We're going to tell students to stand up to the bully and tell them to stop. We want the students to get them to stop, so they should not be encouraging it by reacting or laughing to whatever the cyberbully might be posting. We're going to teach students how to be safe. We're also going to teach students to not give up. As I mentioned before, we have a reporting form. This gives the students the ability to identify the school, give an event description, tell us the time and date and the persons involved. If there was a vehicle involved, they would also put in that information. And then lastly, it gives them a chance to upload a file. So that is where that collecting evidence is really going to come into play. Next, we're going to talk about cyberbullying legislation. So the First Amendment protections discomfort schools about corralling students' speech. Courts are going to support the First Amendment's rights of free expression of students. However, certain expressions are not protected and allow for intervention and discipline. So if the cyberbullying substantially or materially disrupts learning, it interferes with the educational process or school discipline, it utilizes school-owned technology to harass, and when it threatens other students or infringes on their civil rights. Lastly, we are going to talk about our policies that our school district has in place. So the district will endeavor to take all reasonable and necessary steps to protect all students online. We don't have separate policies for bullying and cyberbullying. They are all together in one policy. So the Millard School District defines bullying as any ongoing, intentionally hostile or offensive verbal, written, graphic, demonstrative, electronic, or physical act used by a student or students against another student or students. Our main focus here is going to be prevention. We're going to adopt an age-appropriate, developmentally based bullying prevention program that includes the legal, social, health, and discipline consequences of bullying and provides students with information and techniques for the resistance and reporting of bullying. However, if they do engage in cyberbullying, they will face discipline such as suspension from extracurricular activities as well as expulsion. To finish off our presentation, I just want to kind of bring us back to those statistics. So just a quick reminder that 7 in 10 young people will experience cyberbullying. Bullies often target vulnerable populations, and cyberbullying has increased throughout the years. Here are my references. And here are the rest of my references. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.